All right, so as you guys know, I like to keep you in the loop on everything that's going on with the game. As of recently, we got ourselves a quick little look at what exactly is going to be coming for this weekend's update. And honestly, I think it's kind of interesting. I want to explain to you guys in full detail why. So let's start off with showing you some of the more obvious stuff. And of course, being the event page that has recently been updated. Now, you guys may have already seen this because obviously it has been about like 2 or 3 days now. I've sort of been really busy in real life. I haven't really gotten around to covering the entire thing for you guys, but there is something really specific that I want to go over regarding these details, because I feel like for the most part, everybody is seeing that it's a crafting update as it says right up here. Same day as always, Saturday, 10 a.m. with of course 3 million people interested in this, which is absolutely absurd. Now at the bottom here, it starts off already interesting because it says introducing crafting. The reason for this is because currently in the game, the whole entire, second part to the Busy Bee update, where you basically had to get these specific fruits or specific crops and then turn them in, that entire system was pretty much called crafting already. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to be happening here. It's actually going to be a completely separate crafting system, which again is leading into what I want to talk about. But the rest of this says make various combinations of items to discover new and unique recipes that unlock things like new gear, seeds, and more. Crafting brings a whole new way to play with exciting new upgrades for your gardens and lots more surprises to uncover. Then at the bottom it says explore crafting while also discovering and unlocking new seeds, pets, features, and so much more in this Grow a Garden update. So again, I sort of feel like a lot of people currently think that it's just going to be either a different format of the Busy Bee update 2. And when I say format, I don't exactly mean that. I just sort of mean like a different theme, for example, which is sort of what they've been doing for the most part lately. But the thing is if you've been with the channel for a really long time, then you'll know that a couple of years ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I covered a game here that was arguably one of the most popular games on my channel that really pushed us to, I want to say like close to 100,000 subscribers. And that game was Wacky Wizards. As you can see right here, this game is actually in the process of reaching 1 billion visits, and it doesn't even get updated anymore. Like, yeah, they do a couple of background updates and stuff like that, but not as far as like new content. There's nothing going on in this game, and it still averages 2,200 players, which is insane. Now, the reason why this is important and related to Grow a Garden is because this game is the entire way on how I actually got to meet Jandel, because he is, as you can see down here, the creator, founder, and owner of Wacky Wizards. As you can see here, we'll switch over to the group. Group is owned by Jandel. And then if we switch over to the Wizards tab, you'll probably notice that there is a lot of developers, if not every single developer inside of this, whom I also got the opportunity to communicate with a lot of times, as well as, potentially join their games and stuff like that. That was many years ago, though. These guys are all working on Grow a Garden as well. Now, keep in mind, man, we're talking about 2019, 2020. Around this time, the only games that really had over 100,000 players were things like Adopt Me or Bloxfruit. And then, of course, you occasionally had like, Bloxburg and stuff like that. Anyways, you get the idea, right? It was very, very rare that you would see a game blow up and get 100,000 players. Wacky Wizard was one of those games. Randomly came out of nowhere and then all of a sudden just exploded, had over 100,000 players at the time, and it was just doing extremely well. As a matter of fact, it is the first time that I ever got a video with 1 million views. The entire concept of this game was to basically get different ingredients, combine them together, and in exchange you would come up with a brand new ingredient. So I'm sort of curious to see if that's how the crafting system that they're working on here is going to sort of be. Like maybe you have to combine 2 different crops inside of, I don't know, let's say like a giant pot or something, right? Like there's going to be like a new NPC that's cooking. If you're able to make him a specific meal by, let's say, grabbing, I don't know, a blood banana and a pepper, for example. That's actually sounds disgusting, but you get the idea. You throw this inside of the pot or inside of the cauldron, whatever it may be, and then boom, there you go. Now he gives you a reward, very similar to like the part 2. So in that aspect, I would say that it is the same, but the cool part would be that it's not locked behind, pay to win. I feel like for the most part, that's more or less what they're going for. And it really doesn't seem like that far-fetched of an idea, considering this is the same exact team that made a game about this already, right? Now, as a matter of fact, I'm going a little bit off track here. We're no longer talking about the crafting system, but I do want to go ahead and point something else out that I remember seeing actually this morning. And the only reason that I'm squeezing this in right now is because I just walked by this, so it reminded me. But in case you weren't there for the update last week, they basically went ahead and promised that we were going to be getting a cooked owl. They just technically didn't specify on what exactly that cooked owl was going to be. Now, for some reason, the entire community thought that it was going to be a pet. No idea why anyone would think that a cooked owl would be a pet. But moral is that at the end of it all, it ended up being just a grill with a cooked owl on top of it. During my live stream, this sparked up a lot of confusion. Everybody was sort of looking for it in their main primary inventory, which obviously that wasn't the case. It was inside of your cosmetic inventory. Now, of course, due to the fact that this did become so controversial and everyone was extremely upset, they have gone ahead and promised, as well as now shared with us, what the cooked owl pet is going to look like for this weekend. Due to the fact that the game is constantly breaking new records every single weekend, I guess they went ahead and caved in and did it. Either way, man, coming back over here to the front page of the game, besides this weekend's update, we actually have a pretty good look at even more long-term, being the week after that. Specifically, June 21st, we're going to be getting the summer season update, which is labeled as their biggest update yet. Now, right off the bat, we can kind of see exactly what's going to be going on here. Obviously, new cosmetic items, that was kind of a no-brainer, but it does say summer's here, introducing our biggest update so far with all new seeds, pets, gears, and lots more summery surprises. Obviously, we don't really have the full details to this. We won't probably get that until maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, which is usually around the time when they update all of these event pages with brand new information. But I did want to go ahead and squeeze this into the video because I thought it was interesting that we're already seeing what's coming for the week after. They usually just kind of do like a placeholder thing. And to really make it even crazier, they're also labeling it again as their biggest update yet, which is wild. I mean, that's quite the label to put on it. Either way, man, I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. If you're in my live stream, you probably know that I mentioned I was going to be kind of busy this week. So I'm really am trying to sort of get back into everything. I think for sure 100% after this weekend moving forward, we're getting back to the more consistent uploads, as well as keeping you guys in the loop on everything that's pretty much going on. But yeah, man, I'm going to keep this one nice and short. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Remember, we cover every single one of the updates on Saturday. I will always have a full guide for you guys, and we will also be live streaming at the same exact time. So the guide will be available for you if you want to follow that. And if you have any additional questions, you can ask me during the live stream. With that being said, man, it's going to do it for this video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.